Yes, thank you. We have Mr. Navneet Amrate, who is founder of Law Finder software. Dear students, we'll be learning more about this software today, how to use this software, how it will benefit us. So I hand over the stage to Mr. Navneet Amrate, sir. Sir, we welcome you for Teachers Law College for all students, helping us know about this Law Finder software. Sir, you can start the seminar, sir. We thank you very much and we welcome you. Yep.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abhilash Nayak,
Yes.
sir. Uh, and I would like to welcome all the students, participants, and faculty members for this session of Law Finder, which we have organized for enlightening the legal skills. So, once we start understanding about the skills, first of all, we need to understand what all things are required for legal research services. Okay, so first paramount thing is about the legal database, right? So the legal database is very old, and we have the courts in entire world, probably from 1700s onward, that is House of Lord. And in Indian also we have very old legal database system. We have our first three high court started in 1860, and so on, like it is full of lot of database which is available from different subjects. So the point is, there has to be a technology, there has to be a system where you get all these database intact, and it has to be easy in terms of using it, right? It should be more of layman way of accessing the product. So there comes the technology, and the technology plays a very vital role in accessing the legal database precisely, or any of the database on any subject. So I believe that will play a important role, as well as there are these days various artificial intelligent tools which are used to derive various results, and automated updation things are taken care out of that artificial intelligence. So even that comes into picture. And precisely now things are not something which are restricted towards some library, right? So suppose initially when we used to study, we used to think about accessing the database on the legal side or any of the subject. We'll have to go to the physical library which is designated at college. There are books, journals, some of them available, some of them are taken by some student, or which some are not available with the colleges. So we had very limited resources available at that point of time. But now things have moved much different, right? So there, now the demand is about getting things immediately, right? So because even the legal system has become too dynamic, so today what is there, the precedents are, it's not sure that those precedent can survive in future. So there could be some overrule uh, overrulings of judgments which may change the entire uh, process of seeing that law. Even as far as the acts what we read, any of the notification what we get from government, even those are very much dynamic. So they keep on changing. There are amendments which are taken in various uh, legislative assemblies as well as parliament, which are also quite regular in nature. So even that has to match up with the technology. So nowadays people can't just sit and just wait for years to get new things. So they want things immediately on a very fastest manner. So even that is a point which is required. And now the point is that, as I told you, even we are living in a pandemic year, and I am sure your college has taught you how to read it even from your home, how to conduct classes, how to have the entire session what you used to have in your college, and it is going very well. We can't say that it's not going well. So even digitally things are being sorted out. So in the similar manner, as far as the legal database, why do we think that if we are not able to go to the college, we will not able to access the legal services? No, they would be accessible, and they will not only accessible only at some college PC, but now the technological changes has happened, and even things are accessible to your mobile. And by even a simple push notification, you get to know things what has changed and what are dynamic things which are coming in nature, so, into the law, right? So that is how even accessibility, it could be through your mobile, it could be through your tab. So that is what is very important for the legal database. Now having said so, I would like to inform you about how law finder helps you in doing your legal research, and how it would be very beneficial for you to access it. So now once we were discussing about the legal database, right? So now law finder is the only database which has got the largest database in the country, and it has got over 4 million plus records available with us from over 250 plus journals of India and international domain. So all these journals are very difficult to procure and transform into a digital solution. What we have done, this is of years of our experience, as Chawla publication was founded in 1967. So it is since 52 years our publication is doing research on all these things, and we are also publishing various journals on different streams of law. So when we realize now things have gone and things have come towards technology, so back in 1997 we started our first law software in the country. That was the only software which was launched that time in 1997. So that is how we have developed our database in due course. So there are 250 journals and plus are available in Law Finder, and that is from every length and breadth of the country. Wherever it has been published, it is very much available. Again, these journals are not limited to a year. These journal are some journal are even over 100 years old. So if I give you an example, there are some journals which are published in southern part of India, or national journal which are from 1900 onwards, right? There are some international journals which are even more than 100 years. So these all journals are available in Law Finder, which is, again, I will tell you, if we go and to procure this, we'll not be able to do it because those are not available anymore, right? So it would be a very tedious task, and we're not able to end up digitalizing it. So this is how Law Finder has done all those stuff for you, and we have made a platform where you get the entire this legal case law database of more than 250 journals which are publishing it. And this database of case law would be from Supreme Court, that is from 1950 onwards. It will be from High Court, again from the inception. I told you there were first three High Court from 1860, so it is from 1860 onwards. There are tribunals and commission. Again, they are very important these days, because see, I practice in company side. Okay, so I want to follow only company related cases. I have that particular work, and I so for that I need cases from National Company Law Tribunal, right, or appellate. Okay, so appellate or National Company Law Tribunal cases only I want to follow. So that you will again get it only with Law Finder with regular updates. Again, somebody wants to only focus into SEBI, right? So he wants SEBI tribunal cases, right? So in that case, he will be getting it into Law Finder, and this is not something new. I'm telling, once you are going to pass laws, especially in cities like Mumbai, Delhi, right, some extent to Bangalore, there are some law firms which focus only on a subjective base, and that too limited to certain domain, right? So, or some area. So that is how, when I said SEBI, there are some firm only practices on SEBI, nothing else over SEBI. So there are some companies which will only focus on company law, side, nothing else over and above that. So that is how you will be able to have all those information from right now. It would be available to you and you can access it. Then there will be a historical database, like you will have Privy Council, you will have Federal Court, and now there will be one more very important segment into case law side, that is the international cases. Now international cases are somehow relevant in Indian law, where there are less law on those particular topics. So you will be seeing there are more international cases cited, especially into the Supreme Court. It is being cited more, right? So how it helps me in reading international cases. And again, there are quite a millions of cases which are there, because as we discussed, there is the House of Lords from 1700 onwards. So even for that also there are more than 20-30 million cases, even more than that, for international different courts based on the population, right? But again, in Law Finder you will get those international rulings which are very much referred in Indian court, right? So that is how you will be able to bifurcate the important cases of international cases, because again, whatever you read in international segment, precisely it is being used in India. So somewhere it may find relevance, right? And you can read out that relevance, whether it has been taken by court or not. So that is how, again, international cases will be a very important segment into Law Finder. Then there comes other database which are like bare acts. Now we read every subject of a law based on some or the other act, and later we go on practice, which is precisely on facts, right? Initially facts, then case laws, right? So now facts, we get it through our acts. Now here at the same platform you will have all the central act, you will have all the state acts available in Law Finder with regular amendments, which will again save you from any kind of embarrassments. Because once you put up a act which is not amended, and if some section you could try to quote it, and if it's been amended by the parliament or state legislature, you may have a weak argument, right? And you will have difficulty in going through a case. So in all these manner, you can always have rely on Law Finder. You can have regular updated acts available. Even if we talk about hard copy, it will take 3-5 months, and the other platforms which we see in the free media might have acts as old as even 2 years update, or even more than that. So that again sometimes are very much irrelevant to you if they are not updated. So here at the same platform you will have all these things available. Then you have all the law commission reports, you have international treaties which are available in Law Finder. We have a separate article sections where we are giving you articles on uh, every possible conceivable topic which is coming, and regularly we are updating those articles. I'll show you on that particular section once we visit there. So there you can find out all the article based on your interest, and same are being notified to you also. So again, that is a section which is helpful. Apart from that, there will be blogs will be on the current issues. So we have more than 20 plus journals which are writing blogs or regularly on the legal issue. And I'll tell you, you can't just read all these journals freely, right? Even if you must have read it, there is a Supreme Court recent ruling on WhatsApp, right, that they should not be circulating Times of India newspaper or through their WhatsApp media, right? Because it was very much in the copyright and it cannot be circulated like that. In the similar manner, that's only about Times of India. There could be more than 20 plus dailies and journals what we have, and where magazines online, offline, where articles are coming. So these again, you don't have to go to entire issue. First of all, that saves your time. You don't have to subscribe all of them, you don't have to reach out all of them. Rather, what we will give you at the same platform, all the legal article out of those issues will be published into Law Finder, and that will be at one place. So that is what will be covered. Now see, law finder technology is very important, right? So now we'll have a technology which will be totally based on Google platform, as we say, a needle in the haystack, right? So I mean, it is going to find you the relevant results based on millions plus records, and you can have very easy search. You can make uh, queries based on your Boolean search platform, and it could be as simple the way you want to present it, and you will get the relevant results based on that. So precisely, the technology is so fast that even the time matters. Sometimes, people take 90 seconds, more than that, for retrieving one query, but law finder definitely does that task within the 10 seconds time. So I think that 80 seconds matters a lot. Once you become a legal researcher, a lawyer or a legal professional in future, and you yourself required to do certain research, and definitely it cannot be one or two queries. It takes time. You need 1 hour, 2 hour for those research. In that particular time, the technology which takes 90 seconds, I'm sure you can save half an hour or even more than that, in terms of finding result, in terms of technological barriers which are there in finding it quicker. So that is where the law finder will help you. Here we'll have the entire DNA of the rulings, where you get to know what is the status of the particular law, whether that is relevant today or not, whether it has been overruled or followed from which of the judgments. All those things, history, you will be getting here, and that too be which will be very much easily presentable. Again, I'll show you shortly, once we that see that demo. Then all things which are referred in the case laws precisely are available with the hyperlink. So again, you don't have to go and search for the same thing which is available in front of you. So, and other administrative tools are also available. There are important cases which are given for you, which again the law finder editorial team works for it and provides you the best of important cases. See, now here editorial platform is very important, right? So here we try to give you best of editorial of law finder, which is by our parent company Chawla publication, where we are trying to give you short notes or head notes, what we call it in legal language, and that too very fastest. We are the first company in India to report the law in a very fastest manner. So we report new case laws within 2 days, 3 days, with head note, right? So what happens, you read anything in the media and you want to know the legal point of it, right? So because news will not give you the legal point, right? So on what ground that particular ruling has been taken up. So here in law finder, you will always have a chance where you can see all those legal points here, and easily you can read them by just an head note portion. Again, the judgments are sometimes of 20 pages, 50 pages, even more than that, 1,000 also, right? So some we would not be able to read all of them. In that case, we can read what of our subject, our interest, at least on my company side or constitutional side, which I'm practicing. I'll just keep reading on those sides, latest things which are coming to me, and that too with head notes, only head notes, not the entire judgment. Maybe constitutional judgment mostly they start from 50 or maybe even more pages. So that much time nobody can give into just reading the case law. There are a lot of activities which you are required to do as a legal professional. So I'm sure that will be available. There are easy star ratings available, so that also I will show you. And apart from that, there are apps platform which is available to you. From the app platform, you can easily get regular updates on latest things which are coming. That gets you notified with the trending things, with the latest headlines which are coming from various courts, the latest case laws, then any amendments, any articles which is coming. Then you get 100 cases which changed India. Then you get 100 frequently cited cases which are regularly cited in the country. You get Supreme Court leading cases, which again those 100 cases. So again, these are additional segment, and you get the back to school segment also, which is available. So these are all accessible through your mobile phone. You can have most of the things available. Then you can have the Law Finder web portal for the additional database which will be available to you. So let me just show you, take you to the tour of our website. I'm sure you can see the link, right?
Law Finder Live, right?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. So so for accessing Law Finder database, what you're required to do is you have to go to www.lawfinderlive.com. Here we have all the options available, how to access the product, right? So till now what we discussed is about, we have all these things available. I'll just show you briefly how to access these all things. So first of all, for finding anything, you will have a main search platform where most of the things are available, right? So let's just go to the main search platform and see what all things we can find it out of it. So now see, here what we have been given you an option where you can filter out based on your court. Now I don't want to read so many laws from so many courts, and again those are not relevant. Sometimes I just want to refer my court or the Supreme Court. Okay, so in that case I can always select that particular court and search based on that. For example, I just want to select Supreme Court. Okay, and I want to search a query. Now here in law,
So are you sorry to interrupt, so are you sharing your screen?
yeah.
So is it a presentation you are referring to, or
Uh,
is it a live screen
no,
share?
this is a live website. This is a live website. What I'm sharing.
We are able
Okay.
to see presentation only.
Oh,
Yes.
so
Thank
that's
you.
what I just confirm with sir. Just a second. I'll just share it. Can you see now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, yes.
Sorry. So let's just try to thread up. See, if you want to access Law Finder, you'll just have to go to www.lawfinderlive.com. There we have various options of retrieving results. Let's just see first of the option, which is their main search option. In this main search option, by the name only, we can understand that most of our things can be done through main search option. Now you see here we have given you code, so you can again bifurcate your results based on the code what you're looking for. Then we have two search platform here, Boolean search, where like Google freely you can put the text into it and you can get the results based on that. Now there is one search which is head note search, one search which is order search. Now as I told you, there are short notes available for all of the cases which are available. There are more than 90% cases with the short notes, right? And Supreme Court, it is more than it is 100% cases. So now what is the advantage? That the Law Finder is the only company which gives you this head note search, right? Now here you can have more relevant results and you can cut down the unnecessary results. I'll give you an example. I want to search results into Supreme Court of India on a topic like law with retrospective effect. I just want to make a search. So you see, I've got 2,600 judgments on this particular topic. And now similar, if I see with the head note search, so there are only 154 results. Now what happens, I might get things into this particular query itself. I don't have to look forward all those 2,000 plus cases where this particular query has been referred. Now let me just see if I can see here. Right here it says state legislature to make law with retrospective effect. All these cases are on the query what we are looking for. Now right here in the head note part, this particular section is being given. law with retrospect. Likewise, it could be any of the query. Here, when you read the case, you see the case is of around 10 pages, I guess, and you have the important segment of that particular case right here. Okay, so now sometime what happens, I'm finding this query. Now this particular query says textile being not included in the goods. That's why the state can charge and the tax can be collected retrospectively, right? So precisely what we understand through this case is the law with retrospective is held by the court. Okay, but it is not in all of the cases. I mean, I'm sure you must be seeing that example of Vodafone and Union of India, where we have the against ruling by Supreme Court. So where they have not been awarded law with retrospective effect. So that's how I want to have some other cases in this similar context, because this is what I'm not looking where it has been held, right? So I can make such a reference at the time of query also, or I can have more results to see. First of all, I have certain cases which are referred in this particular case, so I can click on them on the hyperlink, and those cases will open in the new window. Then we have the star available on the top, which means this case has been referred more than 7 times, right? So what are the results of those 7 cases? I can click on it and I can see all of the 7 cases where again law with retrospective has been held or not, right? So there are various Bombay, Allahabad, Gujarat high courts where this particular judgment has been referred. Then once you read this particular case, you will write here, you have the option where you can read the Bare Act also, the link, it has been hyperlinked, then further judgments. On the top, you have all option of printout, PDF, downloads. You can make, if you want to see where this particular judgment has been published, so click on print citation, and you will have all the journals where this has been published, like SCR, STC, SCJ. Okay, so that is for the reference in the court or wherever you're presenting. So you need to present with journal reference. So that is very much available here. Now let's go to the main search. So likewise, it could be any query. Now let's see how relevant you get the results. Let me give you one more example. Like for example, let's discuss something going recently about IBC, right? So when you have a resolution proceeding going in IBC, insolvency and bank, under insolvency and bankruptcy code, so can a promoter acquire the company, right? I think that is something which has not been allowed to DHFL promoter recently. But let's see, is it possible or not, and is there any ruling where it can be allowed if I am looking for such a client, right? So what I do, I put this query and I make a search. So now you see there are so many cases which are available. So let me see, this is red star, that means this judgment has been referred more than 100 times. Now this is ArcelorMittal India Private Limited versus Satish Kumar Gupta. So let's click. This is a Supreme Court case. Now in the similar manner, if you want to see where 134 times it has been referred, you can click on it. You have true print copy available here for the case. You can take normal printout also. Now once you want to see what you have actually searched, whether that is available in the case or not. So let's type. Okay, so promoter is right here, right? So just we will read this to understand whether this is relevant or not, what we have searched. So resolution applicant eligibility, any person who wishes to submit resolution plan, if he does so acting in concert with other person, which person or other person happens to either manage or control or to be promoter of corporate debtor who is classified as NPA and whose debt has not been paid off for a period of at least 1 year before commencement of corporate insolvency resolution process, becomes ineligible for the resolution plan. Ineligibility can be removed if the person submitting resolution can make payment of all the overdues interest thereon relating to NPA in the question before submission of resolution plan. So that is how what my query was. I got the answer that the person will be ineligible if he has already there is an NPA on that particular form. So likewise, any kind of results you can derive out of it and it will be very much relevant. Then you have other options where you can search based on case, decision date, name of the petitioner is available where you can make search just by typing the name of the petitioner or respondent and you get results. Now, all the cases of Menka Gandhi which has come, this is the one what we talk about personal liberty, Article 14, 19, 21. So again, this head note is available. So there are most of the places where we read all these cases in study of a law. So I think most of the students, they're not able to read them even though being guided in their curriculum. Even Satpal, even Puttaswamy, SR Bombay, these are all important cases which every law student must go through. So what happens here in Law Finder, you have all case notes available for it and you get all the information about legal side in the case with this case note and what we call it head note. You can easily understand the same. In the similar manner, you have other things available where you can make search based on the judges. Now see, as a law student, I want to particularly read some finest judges which have delivered very nice judgments in past and I want to see them. For example, let's take example of Ranjan Gogoi. Okay, so I want to read all the Ranjan Gogoi cases. So I put it into judge search Ranjan Gogoi and I got all the results. Now again, there are 1800 cases. There are some cases on company. There are reservation cases, POXO cases, transfer of constitution, land acquisition. These all cases are there. But I am not interested for all these subjects. I am only interested into constitution side. Right. So I want to read Ranjan Gogoi with only constitution cases. What I will do, I'll do search within headlist option here and I will put here constitution and make search. So now you see all the cases out of 2000 plus cases, it has come down to 500 plus. And these all cases are on constitutional side. Right from the very first case, you can see that is Rafale review case. Right. So all these constitutional cases have come in front of me. These are all constitution bench cases. And as he was the Chief Justice, so I think people can read him to understand very important cases, how they are taken up. In the similar manner, we can read advocate also based on your name. Suppose I want to read Kapil Sibal, I'll make search, I'll get all results of Kapil Sibal. He does a lot of company cases. So student can, the one who are having interest in company law, they can refer him. And he's into various, as you can see, the first case is about JSW Steel versus Mahinder, which is again on insolvency and bankruptcy code. All of them, most of them are on insolvency and other is constitutional side. So likewise, you have all the options available in this main search. You can also filter out, like I don't want to read 500 plus cases of Kapil Sibal. What I just want to read is just for 2021. I'll just select Kapil Sibal 2020. There are 7 cases. So likewise, definitely we can again filter out. Then second search option is citation search. We have got 250 plus journals. So you can search for any of the journal. If you type by A, you will get all the list of journals which are available. So likewise, you can search for any of the journal. Let me just show you one. Suppose I want to search for Supreme Court cases 2021, volume 1, page 1. So see, I've got this judgment. This is of Amish Devgan. He is a generalist in News 18, right? So this is again on freedom of expression, some religious event, Article 14, 21, life, liberty. So these kind of search you can make based on journal into citation search. Then there is a statute search. Again, as a law student, we search more on act and sections. So we can always select any of the section act and search based on that. For example, we can search Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Then we click, we see all the cases which are available. Like if we see section 9, application for initiation of corporate insolvency, there are 1700 cases. If I want to read all these 1700, just I'll click on section 9, search. So all these 1753 cases have come on section 9, right? So likewise, it could be any section. Then whatever you see in Law Finder will always be with some doc ID which will be available to you. So you can see there is a doc ID available here. So when we do research particularly, so there are always we do in a group, right? So in that case, we have an option where we can just share the doc ID instead of sharing the other credential, and sometimes it becomes for the person to find it difficult. So what we do, we search just doc ID. Now I want to just select one doc ID. I'll make a search. I get the result. So now what is the advantage with Law Finder is that you get the entire DNA of the case. So as I discussed earlier, so how DNA, now this particular judgment which you are seeing the pink background, this means the judgment has been overruled by the higher court. Now this is a single bench court judgment which is of a single judge from Bombay High Court, right? Now this particular judgment has been overruled by some other judgment, right? So first of all, by just seeing the entire screen pink, it becomes for you to catch the immediate reading that this particular law is no more in relevance, right? So you can first of all identify, this will be with all of the cases which are available. That is again the unique thing which Law Finder gives, and we are coming with even a far higher dimension in future on this particular side, which is in under development, right? So now I want to see where this particular judgment has been overruled, which case has overruled. So what we see here is a bouncing smiley, right? So which says click here to see where it has been overruled. So you just click on this and it takes you to right portion where it has been overruled in the other case. So you can just see below it says learned single judge cannot be laid down in behalf. It is for the reason that with the great respect of learned single judge do not agree with what he said in the view of Nanlal case, does not lay down the correct law. Okay, so this is how it has been overruled. If you want to see which is the case, go on the top. You see this is a division bench case. So obviously for the overruling of the case, there has to be a higher bench or the Supreme Court or a higher court to High Court, which can overrule it. So likewise, you have this option. Then you have Supreme Court Law Reporter. As I told you, we are the fastest reporter in the country. So you get all the latest case laws immediately as and when they are pronounced. So as of now, Supreme Court is on vacation. So there are only interim orders and vacation courts order which are coming. So there are very limited cases. Still, you can see there is a 25 ruling. Right? There were two which is available here. So what happens whenever there is a new case coming, you are getting that case with the head note. So that becomes very easy for you to read that case and understand the legal point on that particular case rather than reading the entire judgment. So likewise, the latest will come and immediately it will notify it through your mobile and you can read those things on your mobile right then. So that would be a very big advantage of Law Finder in reading the latest rulings. In the similar manner, you get from the other High Court into new section. Then you have, as I told you, there are important cases which are again done by the editorial division along with the head note. What we do is there are all the important cases which are taken up from various court on various side of law and which are changing some or other point on the law. So these are being bifurcated and given to you at one segment into important segment cases. So likewise, there are few more options which I want to tell you. Now you see there are options like all the acts you can see from Law Finder. So you just have to click on this option. You can go on the option here, and there you will have all the bare acts available. Likewise, if I want to see a central act, just click on central act. do Control F, type the act here. Okay, so likewise it could be any act. So you get entire act. If there are amendments, any insertion, omission, you get to know. Now that you can see this is substituted in 2018. So likewise, any amendment you immediately you get to know. Now this is the 2020 March amendment, right? Such other data has been notified. Okay, so likewise, whenever there is an amendment, now we don't have a parliament in session from last 6 months. So likewise, whenever there will be any central amendment, that will come into picture. Then you have all law commission reports available here. You can read them. Like we can read on this freedom of speech. Then we have international treaties available. So again, we can read them. The next segment is about Law Finder blogs, where you have all the article segments available. So there are regular articles on every segment. Now there is an article like right to privacy. So you can just click on that article, read it. Now privacy thing is again going on a, why you are getting to read this article on right to privacy, because we have a lot of things going on privacy these days. There is social media thing going by IT ministry, right? So there is WhatsApp case which they have reached to Supreme Court or the Delhi High Court for some privacy settings what government want them to do. There are a lot of other sedition and the other privacy related things are coming up, right? So likewise, you in the search time you get to read an article on that particular topic. You get reference of all the important cases which are given on privacy, right? You can see you must be knowing this case, KS Puttaswamy versus Union of India. So likewise, the article helps you to have a very wider view on a topic. So that will help you in article segment. Then you have current issue. As I told you, there are 20 plus journal. Like you have an article from Indian Express, interpret law to curb menace, be cautious, SC2 courts on dowry death, right? So this is a today's article, right? So likewise, whenever there is an article which is coming, immediately that article, India Today, print, right? NPR, Times of India, BBC News. So wherever the articles have been taken up, those articles are published here. So likewise, there is just one more thing which I want to give you an idea in Law Finder is you get one more additional segment apart from this is back to school. So this particular segment will help you in preparing for your exams and reading various subjects with various possible questions and answer can be derived out of them, and with a practical approach. Now let me give you an example. I'm reading arbitration law. Okay, now arbitration law, when I open up, there are possible questions and answers which are given. So these are questions. If I click on it, the answer will be there. So now we can see when the court can refer parties to arbitration, right? Then there are ground to challenge the appointment of arbitrator. Then there is one question which is discussed as to what interim relief can be granted by court in arbitration proceeding. Now let me click this. Now, definitely, once we read law, we get to know certain things, right? So now, on what ground we can seek the interim relief, that is on the base of preservation of something, or interim custody of something, or securing some amount in the dispute, right? Or maybe in the case of detention, right? These are all generally grounds, or getting some injunction. These are grounds where you can actually take interim relief from the court in arbitration proceeding, right? So now what happens, you want to know where this has been held. Now the facts what we know from the act and from the relevant section, but where it has been upheld. So now you can see there are all the cases where this particular law has been upheld. So you can see Mrs. Buddha versus Prasar Bharati. This is a 2001 case. Then there is Baby Arya versus Delhi with board. So likewise, I mean, even the short note is available right here. So once you read a topic, you get to know the relevant cases on that. So it becomes much wider study for you guys, because it gives you a platform where you can actually read it with the practical approach. And it is good you have more and more cases to know on every topic what you're reading, every section you're reading, and you can remember some of them. That is actually very helpful once you start practicing in future. So that is how precisely Law Finder platform will give you process where you can access everything. It works like a digital library for you right at your home, and you can always read it there itself, right? So now what I suggest is you can access the new law from the apps which are there. Regular updates are coming on app, and even the articles, everything would be coming on a regular basis. So that will help you to increase the current issues and knowledge of current status of law. So thank you very much for attending this webinar, and I'm very grateful of you all for being available in this session. So if you have any query, you can actually address me, and I'll love to answer them. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Any queries from the students, and can be post, or else you can just release your mute and ask the question to sir.
Sir, how much is the subscription charges for this, or are there any discounts available for the students or something like that?
See, actually, the subscription charges are available on the website, and you will get to know all the kind of subscriptions which we are having offer, or anything which is available on website.
Mr. Navneet, if students, if they can know the prices, they can decide whether to go ahead with purchase or anything like that.
See, the
It
price
would-
of a single
Price.
software, it is 21,000 rupees.
Okay.
Okay, and for the colleges, we offer certain discount if they want to buy with in clubbing, or college want to buy for more access. So we have a different pricing for that.
Okay. Okay. So student edition will be 21,000.
Yes.
Okay. It's lifetime or 1 year?
This is for 1 year.
1 year. Okay. Okay. It was a very informative seminar about usage of Law Finder software. We thank you, Mr. Navneet. And is there any questions from any of the students? Okay, if there are no questions, then we will come to end of the seminar. Yeah. Thank you, Navneet, for the wonderful seminar. And we will host this for any of our students. If they want to view it again, we will put it on our YouTube channel also.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Sir, I have one question, sir, if it is allowed.
Please go ahead.
Yeah,
Yes.
on the website it is mentioned it is 280 rupees only for the web application. What it is?
No, that is only for a day.
Okay, so we can use for 1 day with 280 rupees.
See, actually 280 rupees is the price for one day, but you will have to buy minimum for 3 days. That is what
Okay,
available in option. So you can right away buy from there also for 3 days.
Okay. Then in this case, we need not to install the software. We can directly search from the website.
No, the software installation is not required. This is online. Even if you buy per year, you can directly search from the website.
Okay, right, sir. Means it is a credential. We can log in and search.
So you get the credential once you subscribe it.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Very nice information, sir.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'll end the meeting. Thank you, Navneet, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So thank you so much for giving an opportunity for us for conducting the webinar.
Yes.
Then I will look forward for purchasing the software, sir. So any information related to software, you can just contact me as I've provided my numbers.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you.